In our last video, you saw that we were dealing with 5 different broody hens all at the same time, 3 in one flock, 2 in another. They were sitting on eggs for at least over a month. This caused us to have many chicks start to hatch out. We were coming out and every other day it felt like there was a brand new chick that was being born. And as much as we would love for our hens to mother them and follow them and be with them, unfortunately, we have not always had success with that. We have done it in the past and it has been awesome to see that, but there was a time where we wanted that to happen, where we had 3 hens all sitting at the same time being broody, and we were realizing that one of the hens were starting to kill off the chicks as they were being born, whether that be for a competition or whatever that might be. It caused a lot of issues and problems, and it was making it where we were not having a high success rate of our baby chicks surviving out here with our mothers. So officially we broke all the broodiness of all the hens here on our farm. They have stayed. They are not broody anymore. They have been just part of the flocks, which has been nice to see them just roaming around. It's weird to see this many chicks out now because we've been so used to 3 of them just sitting inside that coop all day, and 2 of the ones over here at this flock, which you can see here, are free ranging and roaming around, 2 of them inside that coop all day. But we had to take their baby chicks away from them as they were being born, and they have now been inside a brooder. And because they all hatch at different rates, and it's not like you just throw all the eggs in the same time in an incubator, some of these chicks hatched over 4 weeks ago. Some of them are still hatching today and are 1 day old, because we ended up grabbing whatever eggs that our one hen was still sitting on when we broke their broodiness and threw them in an incubator. So we have a huge range of chick ages going on. Because of the different age ranges, we need to get all the older chicks that are over 4 weeks old, get them out here into this coop, because we need room in that brooder for chicks that are still in the process of hatching. So there's just a few things that I want to do to this coop. I want to put either a tarp or something possibly over this little spot right here. That'll just allow them to have more shade and just shelter. I don't know if all of them are going to try to climb up this ramp and get into here, so that's going to be something to kind of watch out for. But we need to get them out of here so that we have more room for the younger chicks to get older in that brooder. Let's reinforce this coop, and then let's get some chicks outside for the first time. So one thing that we've always absolutely loved doing is getting chicks outside for the very first time. This time is a little different. We've never had it with so many little chicks, about 4 to 5 weeks old, but it still feels the same. Them coming out, fresh air, getting out of a brooder. These chicks are gonna be just fine. We're having highs in the 90s and lows like in the 75s for the next week. That'll adjust them more than enough during this time period of this week, and then they'll be able to be fine after that. A lot of these chickens have already been pretty fully feathered up. We haven't had our heater on at all times when they've been in the brooder to adjust them. The only thing I wish is that they had more grass in this area, which they do not. So this will just be a short term. We want to get them bigger so that they can join the flocks that they're supposed to be in respectively. And right now, they just aren't there yet. We made sure to get them their food and water, of course, so that they have a food and water source. And also something I thought was a little bit of fun is I put a smaller log in there so that these chickens can actually jump on, roost on it if they'd like. Something for them just to play, be in there with, and just kind of get them more in touch with nature. Now there is a lot less chicks inside this brooder, which is good because the more chicks, the dirtier it gets faster. As soon as they get old enough, they jump over this really easy. We could put a top on it, but if they get to the point where they can jump all the way up to here, that probably means that they're gonna be ready to graduate and go outside with those other chicks. So we're gonna get the ones out here. We're gonna get this brooder all nice and cleaned up so that we can introduce them to the 2 new friends sitting over there. that are inside that incubator and get them into this brooder, out of the incubator, while we wait for more chicks to be hatching. There you go, you let go. Okay. When we collected these eggs, when we stopped our broody hens, there was 10 eggs that we thought were fertilized. We did the candle lighting on all the eggs to see what eggs had some life in it. These are the ones that we thought all showed signs of it. So far, we've had 3 eggs hatch out of this incubator. Hatching out of an incubator and watching a chicken hatch from an egg has been something that we've always loved and enjoyed. Unfortunately, these keep hatching every time that we haven't been able to pay attention yet. So by the time that we're coming to this incubator, there's always a chick already out of the shell. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some of these eggs hatching here in the next few tries. But these guys are all ready. They've been hatched for over 24 hours. So we're gonna get them out of the incubator and go let them meet their new friends for the first time. We are gonna have a lot more chickens adding to the farm, which obviously is going to entail something that I'm not actually going to like about this whole process. But before I explain that, let's see if we have any pips or anything going on in these eggs. Nothing going on in those eggs. So the one downfall of hatching out chickens is that it comes with a lot of roosters. And that is the only thing right now that is bad about all the chickens that have hatched out and all the baby chicks that we have, because when we have done this in the past, it seems like easily 50%, if not more, have become roosters because of it. And dealing with a lot of extra roosters causes a lot of issues. We've dealt with a lot of fighting of roosters because of that, and we've had to find strategic ways of trying to house these roosters. One way that we've dealt with the extra roosters in the past is we've given them away. We've put them on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook, you know, posting, hey, we got roosters, especially while they're young, and people have a chance to try to tame them a little better. We've used that method and it has had some success. We've been able to give roosters away because of that. But also, there's a lot of people who don't want roosters. Roosters do cause extra problems. You gotta have more hens. You want at least 8 to 9 hens per one rooster at least. So if you have 3 roosters, you're looking at 24, 27 hens. I mean, not everybody's gonna have that many. So that causes an issue with it. So we usually have kept them in separate tractors, and we've called them rooster coops, where it's strictly just roosters and no hens allowed. That helps the roosters where they're not competing against each other as much. And if you do them where they're all a part of the same flock, you can have better success because they're used to each other, especially at a younger age. They won't fight as much. They'll have kind of like their pecking order, and it usually goes better that way. We, having the ability to process chickens, that's eventually what we end up doing with a lot of our extra roosters, is that once they get to a certain age, they get to a certain size, it gives us the ability to process them. But it is something you need to think about. As awesome as it is to see chicks sitting on eggs, hatching out chicks, roosters are one of the negatives to this. So here you can see we have all of our turkeys, and then we have 8 of our new chickens. They are now at the size that we prefer when we introduce them to our flocks. So they are getting ready for graduation day and graduating to the main flock, where eventually they'll be laying extra eggs for us. Because we have older chickens, we needed to get some new chickens this year. These ones, I forgot to even count when I was thinking of all the new baby chicks that have hatched and all the new hens we're gonna have. We have 8 of them that we went and got anyways. So we are gonna have a lot of new chickens. We're excited to get them out because we need to actually get the turkeys out of this, because we thought our pigs were gonna have babies any minute at one point. So we gave them the really big chicken tractor that the turkeys actually need to get to. So that's a thing that we need to get working on here as well. There's a lot going on. So we will hopefully be able to get it all done, hopefully this weekend. We have a couple days here that will be free days, kind of, that we don't have too much going on. So we appreciate you guys always for watching us.
And he said to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into the harvest.
Have a great day and a better tomorrow. God bless.